um, and my wonderful wife for 41 years. Um, I've never done anything like this, but I'll do my best. Um, we own property in the San Bernardino Mountains. Um, we've had the property since 2004. We paid it off, and um, we were threatened that if we didn't sell it to the mutual water company, it's called Valley View Mutual Water Company. That Can I use the N word? Well, they said that UN's one of the representatives that for the Valley View Mutual Water Company said pulled me over in the street one time and said UN's are the the only things that's keeping us from our $1 million deal down there on the mountain. Um, and if you don't sell it to us, we're never going to let you have access to it, and we're just going to be a thorn in your side until you do. Um, and shortly after that, we were served a lawsuit, and in 2011, and um, short of the story is they um, every aspect of our civil rights lawsuit we filed against them um, was just thrown out of court. They basically violated every rule of law um, as far as our proof to show that the road leading down to our property is a forestry trail road. It's a public road. Um, we had a the federal forestry department. It's called the fuel reduction program for our property. At first, they said, "Well, we're not sure we're going to be able to do it for you because of it's if it is private, we can't give you permission to trespass on private roads, and we'd be liable." Shorter story is they got through their whatever they did to show that the road um, is public, and on the paperwork it says all roads leading to the Powers' property are public. Um, anyway, that all got thrown out of court. The judge said they don't know what they're talking about. This is the federal government, and um, short of the story is they were able to landlock us from our property, and I'm, I've, I've been shot at my property. I called the sheriff. They did nothing. Um, I have we have a trailer down there, a water tank container. All that got vandalized. There's holes through our trailer. They ransacked it, threw all of our stuff out on our property. Um, they desecrated in our water tank. They have just done all manner of all kinds of harassment against me. We have a tree service up there. They tampered with our vehicles, our work vehicles, our brake lines, our lug nuts on the vehicle, gas lines. They spray painted. We're going to get you ends on our truck. I went to the sheriff's department, asked them to speak with them. They did nothing about it. Um, I've been pulled over by the highway patrol up there, the sheriff's department, and accused of breaking the law and issued tickets um, throughout the years. And they killed my dog. They poisoned my dog. Um, we sold our house year before last because we were in fear of our lives. It was just constant threat, constant harassment um, to our vehicles parked in front of our home. Um, oh, and there's just so much that of chain of events that they have inflicted on my wife and myself. Um, And I asked for help from the sheriff's department when they put the fence up against our to landlock us, and right next to this private strip. That's the only private part of what they claim. That's this whole road that goes down, which is a forestry trail road. There's a forestry gate. I went to the forestry department. I asked them for help. They said, Jacques, you take this lock, cut off the old lock on the forestry gate, put this lock on it, attach your lock to that, and give us a key to it. Um, and the water company got in our way to do that. Um, gosh, there's just so much that has transpired. And then um, we went to sell our property about a year ago, and the realtor, Coldwell Banker. No, it was Coldwell Banker. It's not. It's Remax. The realtor went to asked for a title search through First American Title, and he said it should take about 30 days. It wound up taking about a year, almost a year, that we heard back from them. They said, well, we're still waiting for the forestry, the federal part, to give us the access of where these forestry roads are. All the properties in the mountain have these forestry access trail roads, and for some reason, it doesn't show. It won't. They can't get the information to show that these forestry access roads. If the forestry access roads are there, then it's public accessible. As a child in the '70s, my wife's parents bought a cabin right down the street from where our property is, and we played down there as a kid. There was nothing, no gates, nothing hampering you from going down there. The people that I brought it from had a tree farm down there, which what we when we bought it from them, we were going to take it over. And I drove up and down the road there numerous times um, in the transition to buy the property from the previous owners. Um, it got burned out in 2004. We reestablished our trailer. Edison asked if they could put power lines through our property, and in exchange, they would put back the pole that was there. There was a phone pole there with GT at the time for the phone company that we had there, that we bought, that transpired over to us when we bought the property. And it also has historical value. On any given day, you can see Catalina, ships on the ocean. Um, They also, the water company also withdrew and took away, which is water share 151, that they have been hiding from us. You know, our last attorney asked the court for them to surrender this information about the water uh, share that belongs to that property. That got thrown out of court. That just got railroaded over. He made a comment that this is the worst jurisdictional corruption he's ever seen. And this law firm, Thompson and Colgate, has just, he said that they misfiled papers. They were late filing papers. He asked for the court to, this needs to be addressed, if not thrown out of court. And it just fell on deaf ears. Every time we've tried to go through the court system of San Bernardino, um, it has just been um, just ignored or thrown out of court. And um, so, as we were going through the process to sell our property, the realtor spent, he must have spent $3,000-4,000 or more on advertisement. They shot videos through drones. He put up a real big sign, which got knocked down by whatever you can guess how it got knocked down. And when we sold our home, you know, they did in-depth background, because we said, you know, that the water company had some liens against us, and of course they did have a lien on our property, and but there was nothing against our. I mean, they had lien against our home, which we had to pay off for an unjust um, uh, fee of compensation that the attorney said they should have never been compensated for. We asked for a trial. That got thrown out of court. We never wanted a judge to make the determination of what the outcome would be for our property, which is what happened. And shorter story is the realtor actually had a few potential buyers for our land and our water right. I forgot about that. Our water right that we own the water rights to that property. And in the beginning, the judge told the water companies, he said, listen, don't bring this before my court. I strongly urge you to settle this out of my court with the powers. And the judge asked me to get a, evaluation for the what the property was worth along with the water. And she came back to me with it was between 1.2, 1.7 million, something like that. And they just, well, I can't give that to them. I need a solid figure of what it's worth. And I went back to the realtor. She says, I can't give you that because your property is the only property on the mountain that has access to the Santa Ana River. There are no other properties on the mountain that has access to the Ana River, which is why another reason why the water company wants our property. And the rest of the properties that they were able to get down there, they paid those owners for it. Here, they're just trying to take it from us. And going back to the realtor, the current realtor from last year, where he had two potential buyers, and then all of a sudden, this cloud comes up, and they thought that I had not told them about it. I said I had no idea about it because, I mean, usually when something's recorded against your property, the county, whatever county you're in, is supposed to notify you about that. We were never notified. All of a sudden, this cloud comes over our property, and the realtor saying, well, basically, you can't do anything with this property. It's like they own it. You need to go back to the court, petition the judge to have this expunged and let you move forward with your property. And I told him about, well, Thompson and Colgate. I mean, this despicable law firm, and they just have carte blanche to just do whatever they want through the San Bernardino court system, let alone the Riverside court system, and just get away with jurisdictional corruption is what our previous attorney said it is. And there's just more to this. We don't have. I'm sure I can't keep going on.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry that you're going through this. You all, his life has been threatened. His family's life has been threatened. They're still trying to take, not compensate, take. He needs help. His family needs help. So if there's anyone out there who'd like to learn a little bit more about the case, please reach out to Where Is My Land and we can provide you with our research summary. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
We're gonna open it up for questions at the end. So next, I'd like to call Milana Davis up. She's representing Ebony Beach Club's Constance White. We're gonna open it up for questions at the end. So